Edwin Lindsay, Principal Consultant and Managing Director of Compliance Solutions. We are a regulatory quality and clinical consultancy. We have three companies, one in the UK, one in Ireland, and one in the US, just recently established. We've also just been acquired by Abington Health Group, who are a lateral flow manufacturer as well as a designer. They are looking to grow and expand in the US along with CS Life Sciences. So CS Life Sciences is made up of 40 consultants. We are a hands-on consultancy. We just don't give consultancy. A number of our clients want us to do the actual work and help them through it, not just tell them what's wrong. But over the last few years, we've built up a team of expertise. So we have a number of experts in different areas to be able to give companies a one-stop shop rather than going out and getting other consultants or other companies or other people to come in and help. So we cover everything from quality, which is fairly straightforward. Clinical, we do post-market and clinical trials, both for medical devices and IVDs. And on the regulatory side, we have a number of experts in sterilisation, biocompatibility, cybersecurity, AI, hardware, software, and then we've got a number of journalists. We work with all devices class 1 to 3. A lot of our consultants have got different preferences, but my preference is working with startups, early stage companies that we know that it's a very interesting aspect of bringing a new product to market. I understand the business model, what the cash burn is, and that regulatory could easily kill them dead. So we look at it from a pragmatic approach to say, how do we help you get this to market? Most of the other consultants do like this type of environment. It's manic, it's 100 miles an hour. You have to deliver probably 3 days before it should be delivered, or they tell you after it should be delivered they need it now, which is the fun and games of why we've got such a big team. We can move people about quickly when things come up with startups, and make sure they meet their deadlines. But yeah, I think one of the best things that we work with is the startups, just the innovation, the new technology coming through. It gets exciting. But as I say, the larger companies we like to work with to try and help them re-educate themselves. Personally, I think quality regulated people all have to learn about business and what their decisions could affect the business, not just patient safety, which should never be compromised, but actually think about business and how does this impact on the business if we're making decisions or not making decisions. There is a perception in the marketplace that consultants are just there to consult. What we try and bring it across is that we will help them do the work. I've said before, we do the training. We let them understand why something's happening, especially startups, because they don't understand they're needing help. We will come in and we will try and emphasize to clients that we will be there to hold your hand all the way through. We will actually help you do the work. We will manage the work with you, to a point where you say, right, we're comfortable, we'll take over. We will also help them with regards to managing the cost, because we want to see the product get to market. We have got a model that it's worked for the last 17 years in that way. We've been successful of maintaining clients, keeping clients. We don't have a sales team. So we've got a team of 40 consultants with no sales team. So we manage it with a way of how do we bring in customers and keep them satisfied, but also meet their objectives of compliance and getting the product to market. We are a hands-on company. None of my consultants are brought in just to say they're a consultant. That includes the principals, the seniors. They are all involved with the projects. We have a very good team approach where we don't micromanage, we treat you like an adult, but we actually go out and we support the companies. We'll educate and train them. If that means we train them and then they move on and don't use us again, we've done our job. We will be involved in the decision making with you. We will help you make the decision. We won't just give you options. We'll say this is what you should do. And we've got a number of companies that we now act as the quality regulatory department, or the quality regulatory director. So we actually there to help the businesses run and be involved with the day-to-day runnings of it. So the three of my principals and myself are down as quality regulatory directors for a number of companies across the world. And that's because we want to make decisions. We won't just be sitting on the fence. We will make the decisions for them. And that's what most of the people who come in at a senior level with us learn to do. We've got a team approach. any project we come in, we'll have one of our principals or seniors will lead the project. They will then bring in the different expertise when required, where we don't have to go, where companies don't have to go out and bring in other people, other consultants, other employees. We will bring in the expertise. CS has built up the expertise in what we think is all areas of medical devices. So like we look at the whole technology of a device, whether it's sterile, whether it's software or AI, or whether it's non-sterile, whether it's implant. We've got the expertise to bring various people into the project, with giving them a one-stop shop with regards to the cost, with regards to it's easier for this, especially startups, to manage their cost. We will try and do a fixed cost for startups, so it allows them to know to manage their costs. We are seeing in the industry, we find just now that it's very quiet through changing regulations, a lot of changing regulations. We see that there's a lot of people not willing to spend money, or they've spent it with moving towards MDR and IVDR and now seeing it's a different way. So we're having to look at it from a business point of view, where we can bring in people and help reduce their costs. We'll look at how do we manage it from a business point of view with them. We'll talk to them about especially MDR, IVDR, and the number of products that potentially could come off the market because people have not fully understood the costs, not just getting to MDR, but once they've achieved MDR and the ongoing maintenance costs. We look at companies and look at, is it really worth it? What can we reduce? And we help them through this. And it's more around that, because people are now recognizing they've spent a lot of money trying to bring technical files up to standard. Now they're finding out that there's not just that cost, they've got increasing costs in notified body, increasing costs in managing your post-market and your clinical follow-ups, which a lot of companies didn't really think about, or didn't really plan, or actually look how much is this going to cost and how many products we have in the market versus times in that by the number of times you're going to have to go out to the market. So we're having to think out the box. How do we ensure that they keep the product in the market? If they don't, we then help them manage that too when they have to take it off the market, which is unfortunate, but a lot of companies are making that hard decision. So we're working with them and saying, we just don't say we have to meet the regulations. We say, okay, if you meet them, it's going to cost X. If you don't, we've got till 28, 29 or 27, 28 to meet that regulation. And then we take the product off the market, or we work with them to maintain it in other countries rather than the EU. A number of companies are now moving to the US, are going to the US first, which is a complete switch in the whole ethos of, it used to be EU first, then US. A lot of our clients are now moving straight to the US and not even coming back. So we're having to manage them in a different way, because they're obviously US is a big country. There's a different approach from a business marketing point of view, sales. So they might not have enough money to manage that. So we'll then educate and train their internal staff to take over, and then we can support in the background for. We can maintain them. We're number of clients we've got retainers with, where it's like 2 days a month, where that's enough to keep them going, to be there to ask questions, answer questions for them, any issues that come up through the 2 days a month. We've helped a number of clients with regards to challenges and deadlines that have changed very quickly, or things have cropped up. We are very flexible, very nimble with regards to this. We manage our staff on a daily basis, where we work out what clients need what. Recently, we've had one client who needed a clinical report submitted within 3 weeks. We actually had to move 12 people off one project and put them onto this project. And at the same time, another project comes in with the same type of request. So we had to then manage between the two clients very quickly on how do we deliver it on time, because this is a submission, but give them a high quality that it's going to get through the submission. We've built the team big enough that we've got the flexibility to move people about. And as I say, 12 people on one project, we made the deadline, they got the submission, but what we know is that will be, when they come back to us in the future, they know we can meet their needs.